All right, welcome to another episode of Round Ball with myself, Hunter Dickinson, and the new head coach of Providence basketball, Coach Kim English. Coach, how are we doing?
I'm doing great, Marty Hunter. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, shout out Arthur. Arthur is always helpful, and I was like, we got to have Coach English on because it's been let me tell you, a wild month for Providence in a whole, and I just want to know what's your take. How's it been for yourself? Because you got put into a wild situation, but a really good one because
Yeah,
Providence is a great program,
yeah,
and
no,
you've done so much shit already for this school. So tell me how it's all been.
no. It's been an incredible week or so. Getting to obviously learn the place. Learn the landscape. I didn't know how good of a job Providence was until we got involved. I didn't know how rabid of a fan base it was. I knew it was a great home court atmosphere. Obviously, I knew how great the Big East Conference was. I knew how great of a history Providence College had with. Joe Mulaney and Dave Gavitt and Patino and Rick Barnes, such great coaches. Ed Cooley, but I didn't know how incredible the infrastructure was, and how ready Providence is to win right away.
Yeah, and I want to get right into it because you've been all over social media, and I think you're using social media for a great reason. I don't think a lot of coaches these days use social media right, and you're doing it because you're out there fucking playing people one on one to get them back on your team.
That
Is that for real? Like, are you really like, hey, let's play one on one and let's get you out of that transfer portal? Because you also just landed two of your biggest guys back for next year.
Yeah, no doubt. It's funny. It's like as far as Twitter is concerned, my social media it's just to promote the program and the guys. I'm just
Yeah.
always talking about them, talking about our program. Uh, my Instagram has usually always been like separate. It's been like my secret getaway. Like I've always posted stuff in the gym on Instagram, and I've been solo, and it's never made its way to like the mainstream. But now, like I've done that before with my players on live or whatever, but Providence fan base is so rabid they pick up on that stuff, and it gets right to Twitter. So it kind of it turned into something that I wasn't really aiming for at all. It was just a moment with me and one of my kind of players, Jaden Pierre. He's in the portal, but he's still with us on campus. And no, it's fun, and it's all about the guys.
Yeah, no, it's what are you laughing at, Hunter?
A coach just texted me, "Hey, Big Ed," with the eyes emoji.
I mean, I just want everyone while we're doing this interview with Coach English, Hunter just went into the transfer portal. So the first coach talking to him,
Yeah, that's right. And he has
Coach, I will admit you are the first coach I'm talking to. I've been a huge fan of you though. Ever since you got the George Mason job, I knew you were going to turn that place up. I just seen the way you were recruiting the DMV. I seen you got that Rick Barnes coaching tree. I knew you were going to do great things. And I know you're going to do great things at Providence. So I just want to say I'm a fan of you.
I've been a fan of you as well, man, for a long time. For a lot of reasons, but your game, especially, just love your spirit, and you do it the right way.
how has it been? So Coach Cooley was there for so long, and everyone knows Providence as Cooley, and obviously there was a bunch of nonsense that like people are mad at him for leaving. People get mad online when something happens to their team. Was it like, do you feel like it's like a lot of big shoes to fill, or like you feel like you're ready to go? He's out. Like it's a very weird situation for you, I feel like, but it's also an awesome one.
At all, it's not weird for me at all. I mean, I wasn't. I don't know the history, of what went down. I was coaching my team, when
Yeah,
Providence became an option. I learned about Providence. Obviously, I have a ton of respect for Ed Cooley, and I'm thankful to him. I owe him a bottle of wine, a Christmas card, and everything for the nucleus that was left in place, for the facilities that was left in place, for the home court. Of so many great things at Providence, which makes it not a good job, but a great job. And so it's my onus to is to get to know these guys, get to know these players. I met with the strength coach, the other day, Kenny White, 25 years at Providence. Like,
that's awesome.
I'm not changing nothing in the weight room. Like those guys, he knows what they're doing. Kevin Kerbeck, who's Kevin Kerbeck, who's staying on taking a role at PC with us and helping us. Like, he got this thing. It's a well-oiled, machine. So I said it in my presser. It's about us, continuing to live to that standard and maintain that standard, but moving with the challenge to evolve it and keep improving.
I
Usually
do have
when
a question for him though,
you
Marty.
go.
I got one question for him. This is going back to your playing days though, Kim.
Yeah.
So your senior year at Missouri,
Mhm.
I'd say who was the hardest guy you had to guard your senior year at Missouri?
Oh man, that's a great question. So I'm 6'5", 195. We played 4 guards, so I guarded 4s. I guarded bigs in college. And Hunter, this is one of those questions that coaches hate. Like, Hunter knows the answer to this question. But we're playing. But I'm a guard, so I'm playing in the post for the first time. And big men understand this. Big men understand when someone says left shoulder or right shoulder, right? But if I'm a guard and I hear, don't let this guy go left, I'm going to look like this, right? I don't know if this is flipped because of the camera, but I'm taking away his left hand. But now, as a big man in the post, if you don't want somebody to go to their left shoulder, you don't want them to go this way. So I'm guarding a post player from Binghamton University named Ben Dickinson. And Ben Dickinson, the scouting report is don't let him get to his left shoulder. But I'm thinking like a guard, don't let him get left. Because I've never guarded bigs like this before. And I am giving Ben Dickinson his left shoulder. And Ben Dickinson is just cooking me with right after right hook. My coach was on the sideline, like, pulling their hair out of it. So finally at halftime, they showed me, they moved me, and I start taking away his left shoulder. And so Hunter knew what he was doing with that question. Now I challenge Hunter to go look at the score of that game and how many points.
Oh, I know the score, coach. I watched the game now. I watched the game.
What was the score? It was bad.
It was a lot too little. It was a lot too little.
Yeah.
Coach, so usually when like a new coach gets there, like what we're seeing what happened with St. John's, right? Like a lot of the players have left. Coaches don't want them, or the kids don't know what's going on. You, on the other hand, get there, and Bryce Hopkins, who is like just comes back. Like, what's that kind of conversation you have with him? Because obviously you didn't recruit him to come over or whatever, but what's the conversation with that?
Bryce Hopkins and Devin Carter and Corey Floyd and Allen.
Yeah.
Like I said, some really good pieces, some tough pieces, not just pieces, the core. I mean, Bryce Hopkins, Devin Carter, Corey Floyd, Allen Bree. I mean, the core of our, returning group. Now the difference is we'll get on the court, we'll continue to watch film, and as our roster continues to develop and we take some signees, there may be some attrition, but Providence was an NCAA tournament team. St. John's or some others. It's just a difference when you inherit a place because a coach took another job and a coach gets fired. It's just different in, usually the level of ready-made successful talent that's in the stable. Yeah,
no, it's awesome what you're doing. I was wondering, do you know about Dave Portnoy? Because he's been propping you up. He's like, oh, I love this guy. I love him for Providence. And you're going to probably talk to him in Houston in in 2 hours or so. I was talking with Arthur.
Yeah, it actually I got a recruiting call that can't get moved, so I'm gonna miss him.
All right.
But I've known what Barstool was. I'm not on social media in season, but our GAs and Matt, they're like all in on Barstool and like the boys, and they know who Marty Bush is. And I'm like, hey, let's do what I'm doing on it. And I told him I have to get on this recruiting call. It could be big for us. So I had to cancel, later. And our boys were like, what? No, we got it. I'm like, yo, this call is like more important. And they're like, no, nothing's more important. El Presidente. So I'm learning about my man Portnoy.
No, it's funny. It's just funny that it's like, why is this guy important? But people love him and they go nuts for him. So it's funny. But I'm excited to see you just be a part of the Big East, because now the Big East is like the Big East is one of the coaching, just the coaching itself has like the biggest names in basketball, right?
Yeah, and me.
That's what I'm saying. You're part of it.
No, he's
You're
adding
part of
you
it
in
now.
there, Kim. He's adding you in there.
No, they have the biggest names in coaching and me. You know, it's time for it's time for us to, for sure, you know, cut our teeth in a great league. You know, I'm really excited.
Oh, that's awesome. I appreciate you coming on. I know you've been out. It's been literally insane. You've been probably the most talked about in the off season. It's only, and you've been there. How long you been there? 2 weeks? A week?
Almost, no, not even 2 weeks. Yeah, last Wednesday, last Wednesday night, I officially signed. So
Is that weird? Like how much you were obviously known, like if you're a college basketball, people know you, but like now it's like you're in the spotlight. Has it been a little weird to adjust, or you're just excited to be here?
no, I'm locked in. I'm locked into our guys. You know, I'm respectful to everyone. You know, I have no problem. I enjoy talking Providence basketball, Providence College, and talking about Devin Carter and Bryce Hopkins and all of our players. You know, but I stay focused on the main thing. It's about our guys. It's never going to be about me. It's not about me. If we have great success at Providence, it's still not going to be about me. You know, it's about our guys.
That's the perfect answer, to be honest, because sometimes you think coaches think it's about them, and it's not. You seem like you actually care about these guys. So,
oh, that's
awesome.
an important thing, man. I don't care how good of a coach you are. You better have great players.
Hunter, you got anything else?
I did have one. Oh, Coach, Capitol Grill downtown. You got to make sure that's your spot.
I know, it's the first Capitol Grill in the country. Did you know that?
Oh shit!
I didn't know that, but when I took my Providence visit, they took me there.
Yeah, nice.
It was real nice. The lamb chops were real good, Coach. You gotta make sure you take all the recruits there.
Well, I'll say this in fear of breaking another NCAA. If you want to come back and get some more lamb chops, you're more than welcome.
I don't think that's a violation.
Oh, that's just
if it is, Hunter and I have a pre-existing relationship. All right.
Coach, you can invite me. You invite me and you will go on to dinner. And if Hunter just happened to be with me, that's not a violation.
No, that's not. Can you average a double-double though, Marty Mush?
Yeah, I can get. I told you.
He can give you 10 claps and 10 Gatorade fills up.
I told you. You want any dirty work? You want me to get teed up during a game? I'll do it. We need you in the game. I can get teed up. No one gives a fuck about me. Get me out of there.
All right, man, I appreciate you guys. This is great.
No, I appreciate you, Coach. Good luck this year. And I'm gonna come to a Providence game this year. So, because I went about 4 or 5 years ago against Seton Hall, and it was one of the best atmospheres. That's what you have to look forward to as well. Those fans are nuts.
Bring Portnoy with you.
Yeah, I will.
Bring Portnoy with you.
I will. But I appreciate you, Coach, very much, and good luck with everything. All right.
Thanks, guys. Much love. Go Friars.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.